So let's talk about something that not a lot of people are talking about when it comes to moms, and that is the hidden dangers of an overwhelmed mom. Not only that, I'm going to give you the formula on how to get out of burnout and survival mode. So this is what happens. First, you start being overwhelmed. Okay? So much going on, lots to do, you're running around like crazy. Probably not taking care of yourself, but you're still managing and you're still feeling some joy and happiness and emotions. Then you get into burnout if you don't deal with the overwhelm. Now you're in burnout. Now there's just way too much going on and you are not taking care of yourself and you're feeling very stressed. If you continue in this mode, you are going to now lead into survival mode. Now this is where it gets very dangerous and serious. If you are in this mode, this is where you feel like you don't know who you are anymore. This is where you feel like you don't have any feelings or you don't feel any emotions anymore. You just feel numb, you feel flat, and you also feel like you're just getting through your day. You're on autopilot. So what happens though, if you stay in survival mode for way too long, it's going to lead down some serious consequences. This is very serious, and I'm doing this because I'm telling you moms that you have to pay attention and get yourself out of survival mode, because what happens is you start building resentment, and it could be even resentment towards family and friends and even your significant other. Another thing can happen is called emotional distancing. This is where, and it can happen with your kids, where you've become emotionally detached from your kids. So it's like you're there, but there's no emotions, there's no connections, and sometimes you're having a hard time being present with your kids. And the most important piece about all of this, these are very bad, yes, but another big one is you can make yourself sick. Okay? Very, very sick. If you don't take care of yourself, if you are constantly stressed, constantly on the go, eventually you will get sick. So now I'm going to tell you the formula to get out of this. My formula. I lived in survival mode for about 10 years. It took me 3 years to get out of survival mode. I read books, I listened to podcasts, and I tried to figure out what would work for a mom who's at her breaking point, stretched very thin. How am I going to get out of survival mode? So I came up with a formula, and this is what helped me. One, I need more room. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to find your why. Why do you want to get out of survival mode? And you're going to have to dig deep. No fluffy, superficial stuff. I want to get out of survival mode because I love my kids. No, I need you to dig deep. Why do you want to get out of survival mode? Mine was, I want to be healthy for when my kids have kids. I want to enjoy my husband. I want to enjoy my life. I do not want to die at a very early age. And I also wanted to feel joy and happiness again. I wanted to live and do something for me that was beyond being a mother. So what you're going to do is you're going to write it down. You're going to put it beside your bed. You're going to read it every day before you go to bed and every morning when you wake up, because you need to convince your brain that this is the reason I'm doing this. Number 2. Okay, so now you're going to rewire your brain, because guess what? When you are in survival mode, your brain develops patterns. And those patterns keep you stuck. That is the reason you probably think, oh, this is so hard, I'll never get out of this. Or I don't have any energy, I'm tired. And it comes up with all these reasons on why you can't get out of survival mode. But that is your survival mode brain talking, because it doesn't want to be uncomfortable. It doesn't want to do anything hard. It needs to keep you in survival mode to get through your day. So you need to rewire your brain. By doing that, you are going to break patterns. So for example, if you're like, oh, I'm really tired, but I have so much laundry to do, usually you're going to go do the laundry or do something else. you're going to break the pattern and say, no, the laundry can wait. I am going to go up and rest. And that is okay. Or if someone's asking you to do something, stop being a people pleaser, you're going to say no. You're going to set your boundaries and you're going to say no. You're going to start breaking patterns that you are doing. Okay? Number 3. You are going to do a mental detox and paying attention to what you consume. Okay, this is a big one. This is like social media, okay? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you consuming on social media? And you're going to detox them. If whatever you're consuming makes you feel bad about yourself, makes you feel like you're a bad mom, it doesn't make you feel good, why are you watching it? Stop watching it. Get rid of it. Okay, get rid of all the negative things that you are consuming every single day. It is not helping you. It's feeding into the survival mode brain. That's why you still feel stuck. So you need to consume positive things. Things like audiobooks, self-development, self-growth, positive stuff that is uplifting. And this also means if you have to do this with family and friends, that's right. If you need to do a mental detox from family and friends because they are not making you feel good or making you feel like you're failing, you need to either not follow them anymore, I know, drama, or you just put them on mute. You don't need to see their stuff anymore, okay? And second last, you need to create boundaries because as moms, we don't have any boundaries. We say yes and cater to every single person that we love. But now we're going to create boundaries. You're going to think of boundaries. Think of ones for your husband, your partner, and your kids. And you're going to tell them your boundaries, and then you're going to make sure that you follow through with your boundaries. Your boundaries are going to make sure that you start taking care of yourself. And lastly, self-aware. I don't know if you guys can see this down here. But anyways, self-awareness. You're going to become self-awareness. You're going to build self-awareness because this is where you're going to pay attention to your triggers, to your habits, and to your patterns. And you're going to watch yourself like a hawk and be like, okay, so for example, if you snap at your kids, take a second. Why am I snapping? Am I snapping because I'm feeling very frustrated because it's loud in the house? Or am I snapping because I haven't eaten yet and it's 3 o'clock? Then you can pay attention, be like, okay, I need to eat and make sure I prioritize my eating. So this is the formula that's going to get you out of survival mode. But if you stay in there, you are in the danger zone and you will stay stuck if you don't do something about it today. If you need help, please DM me.